Hello everybody. I have got, over the years, I've really done a whole load of different combinations, and I am also, my kind of match to me, my skin, hair and eye is one where I can go into kind of cool or warm. And I thought today actually I'm going to start off with how you, if you don't do match to me, how do you actually work out if you're cool, mid or warm, and which colours are cool, mid and warm? I thought that might be helpful. What do we think, Esme?
I think so.
Okay. So, when I think of our eye-to-eye shades, there's ones that definitely are very cool, ones that are kind of cool neutral, ones that are neutral, ones that are sort of neutrally warm, ones that are warm. I would, being in neutral, I can kind of dip either side. But if you're very cool, then going to a really warm doesn't work. So you need to just, the furthest you might go is neutral. I always feel I go sort of 3 sections up. So if I start myself, and then any of you have questions and say what your skin, hair and eye combination is, and I can see, because of those 3 things together, what's the balance in your, what's your kind of unique USP, and then I'll tell you which ones. That's kind of how I thought I'd do it, yeah? All right, so I've just got here, if we got comments, if I'm watching it live, will we get comments? Yes, I've got comments. I'm going to turn myself down here, and I'm going to take that off. Yes, hello. So there are some people here like Rosalind. She's saying, I'm a true winter. Is that warm? So brown hair, pink olive kind of skin, and green eyes. So if you have brown hair, pink olive kind of skin and green eyes, it depends if you have warmth in your hair, and it depends if your green eyes are that bright green or that kind of darker green. So there's a lady called Pia who is one of our lip cheeks, and she's got dark brown hair and olive skin and green eyes. Her eyes are quite dark green, and I always look at Pia and I think she's cool neutral or neutrally in terms of what she wears. So if you're a winter, I don't think you're necessarily warm, and I think the confusion can arise because the House of Colour, or whatever it's called, Colour Me Beautiful, the style people did, you know, are you autumn, winter, spring or summer? For clothing, I think clothing and makeup have a big relationship. So if you know what clothes you suit, you can translate those colours and think, where do they sit? You know, if you really suit the red of a tomato as a dress, as opposed to a scarlet post box, then you sit in a warmer red. So if you sit in a warmer red, then you suit all the warmer shades around in the eye colours, like the Fortunes and the Empresses and the Victories, all those kind of shades. So I'm going to just do 3 different kind of sets of makeup that I love for a cooler, mid or a warm. Does that sound all right, Esme? And any questions as we're going?
Yeah.
Okay. So I've got one here. I'm going to do this first. This is a mix actually, and I love this combination together. So Emperor is a very dark looking eye, but it's the most beautiful eye, and we don't show it often enough on Match to, you know, just on social really. But it's this kind of really wonderful browny aubergine colour. And I always used to think, is that cool as a colour? Compared to Empress, it is cooler, but it's not really cold. It can be warmed up. Victory, which I love with it, is a very neutral gold. And Fortune would be that warm burnishedy. Sun would be really yellow. But this is just an incredibly easy gold. These are probably colours that most people actually can wear, especially together. And in that then, I'm going to take, oh, I do like this one. I'm going to take Schmoogie, which is a fresh flush blush, but I can use it on my lips as well. And that to me sits, you know, people who suit Eugenie would get Schmoogie, and people, you know, who sit neutral. But depending on your lip pigment is how pink it will show up. And then I've got a little bit of Sacha as well, which I'm going to mix that with because I want a little bit of the sort of apricotiness of Sacha. And I've for some reason got Aifric here as well. So I'm going to just very briefly show you that. If I was doing the eyes, something like this, I would start with the Victory and I would just plop it on sort of on the inner part of my eyelid like that. And if your eyelids have a little red underneath them, this can then show warm. I've just put a shitload on my under eye, excuse me. That'd be better. Oh, still dirty. Still dirty. I'm really mucky popkins. Did anyone see Lila do my makeup? She did such a good job at the weekend. Then I'm going to take Emperor here, and I'm just going to smoke it up a little bit. And Emperor is not too shimmery, so it's very nice in that sort of inner recess where you want to create that slight smokiness of the eye. So I'm just going to put that like that, and you can build it up until you see the colours come back together. Oh, really pretty. There, that's Emperor. Much lighter than it looks in the pot, Emperor. It's a very versatile shade. I also love Emperor to do some lining. To do a little bit of lining. So if I want to do a little bit of a kind of making my eye slightly more defined, I just put some like that, and then I could do a little bit here underneath. I did an eyeliner for the first time at the weekend with Lila. She put some sort of glossier eyeliner on me. It's amazing how I felt it closed up my eye, but there is something we all like about slight smokiness, so I'm just going to put that. And I think Emperor is a lovely sort of neutral smoky eye. There. Then I'm going to take Schmoogie, which is that lip to cheek, and blusher, and I'm going to put that on my lip. Schmoogie is our secret nude lip for certain people, and it just sits lovely. And I'll put some on my cheek. There. Yeah.
Sorry, Trinny. Louise is asking. She says she's got grey eyes, peaches and cream skin, and dirty blonde, and is wondering what eye colours will make her eye colour pop.
I would say, so you can just see that combination. Do you see that? I love that combination. I would say, so this is sort of this is neutral. If you've got a grey eye, and what else has she got, darling?
She is peaches and cream and dirty blonde hair.
Peaches and cream, dirty blonde hair, and a grey eye. So you sort of sit in a neutral place to me, because the warmth, if your hair is a dirty warm blonde, your skin feels neutral. Peaches and cream to me always feels quite neutral as a skin tone, sometimes cool. And you've got a grey eye, which to me is slightly cool, a grey eye. Depends if it's that grey blue or grey grey, but I'm just going to presume for now it's a grey grey. And my eyes usually, like with a blue eye to make it bluer, if you go that bronzier, empressy way, it's wonderful. But with a grey eye, I'll tell you what I sometimes love. I'll just show you. Imagine my eyes are grey. What I'll do, I'd like to just do something to make them greyer, but what I really love together is mystery and strength, which I'm just going to show you, and it's that sort of aubergine with grey. And I think to myself as well when I'm doing this look, I think of when I wear burgundy. I love burgundy and grey together. And if I think of grey, you know, I love grey with navy. So you can go down a sort of chalice. I'll do two looks, all right? I mean, grey is a very unusual eye, but imagine if these are quite good neutral looks. So taking first of all, I'm going to take strength. Let me just get some strength. I have so many pots made up here that I might have to find it in something. 1 second. Strength. Lovely. So I'm going to take a bit of strength to begin with, which is this shade. And I'm just going to do a wash of it. Like that. But it's that slight, plummy, burgundy colour. There. And I like it with blonde hairs too. Like that. This is strength on the eye. It does make a grey eye pop. There. And then I'm just going to show you on here so you can see that shade there. See, it's very good with grey eyes. And then I'm going to do with it, I think I'm going to do some mystery. I think mystery is beautiful as a neutral shade. I've got it here. I've got wisdom. Come on, mystery. Mystery, mystery, mystery. Don't be a mystery to me, mystery. Tashi, Susie, Suze. Got mystery in here. Moon. Well, moon is like the colour of your eyes, but I think that's too much. Star. Oh, star. I do a bit of star. Try a bit of moon. I'm going to try a bit of moon with this. Moon is just that sort of wash of the moon, but I just don't know with a grey eye if you're going to find it too. Whereas mystery has a bit more taupe in it, but I like this combination. Here's mystery. So let me show you mystery together with, so there's your strength there, and then mystery is that taupiness. You see that there? It can be a bit warmer, but if I put that on over the strength, it sort of becomes more, a little more neutral. So I think that combination's really pretty. Sorry, I just want to get rid of that shine. Can you see that? Love that. And then as a lip, with that, I could go very sort of Eugenie with, let me just see if I got Eugenie here. I did. I've got Tashi. Tashi's too warm. Tashi is too warm. Let me just find Eugenie. Or Freddie. No, I wouldn't do Freddie.
Trinny, just while you're looking, Mia is wondering what, where you are on the match to me.
I'm just doing Eugenie now as a lip, like that. And then I'll put it on my cheek too. I love Eugenie and strength together. I sit in this neutral place because I've got blonde hair, I've got kind of rosy olive skin tone, and I've got blue eyes. So I sort of sit in between. Like, I love that combination together, actually, of the strength with the Eugenie. And I think I'm imagining you now with your grey eyes and your blonde hair and your peach and cream skin. I think that's a really lovely palette. So what I use there, just to show you, is I use strength and mystery on your eye with a bit of Eugenie. Just those three. Really pretty. I'm going to actually do them as a stack now because I love that. As a stack combination. I think you always want to have your blusher not fighting with your eye shade. And I think that doesn't fight. That works well together. So that's very satisfying for me. So let me just put that together so I don't forget it because it's good. Should we go now? What have we not done? What is being requested?
A lot of people are asking for colours to go with green eyes and all different hair colours, but green eyes. Okay, green eyes. So let me give you a few. Well, I'm going to start off by saying, when you have green eyes, strength can be beautiful, but I might not do it with mystery. I mean, I could do mystery on its own. Could do those two, actually. If you are, can somebody just give me their combination? So let's say you're green eyes with blonde hair. All right, so you're generally cool. So it's that brighter green eye, blonde hair, and a kind of neutral skin. I might actually do as a on its own moment. Moon. I would maybe do moon. Because I do love moon like that. Should have become better prepared. I've been doing so many stacks today. What have we got there? No victory. Oh, victory's on. Okay. All right. These are all different ones. So on a green eye, I love victory. There are not many green eyes that don't suit it unless you're really cool tone. But because, as I said before, victory is this sort of neutral goldeny. If you are slight more warmth to you, then fortune is
lovely on a green eye. There's Fortune next to it. Do you see there's more, slightly more red undertone in it? But these are exquisite on green. Then another weird way to go, but a way I like. So I like strength as well, which I'm just going to show you now because we did that already, but I'll show it to you. Just a wash and a dark bit. So the wash is below. So we've got here Victory, Fortune, Strength, and Washed Out Strength. And then, oh, I can't show you those yet. Then I would maybe do a Lovers as well, which is getting cooler. You can see how different Strength and Lovers are. There's more sort of plum in Lovers. No, sorry, hang on. Strength there, it's more sort of plummy burgundy, and Lovers is more a browny tone, but it can have a bit of, it's just sort of generally cooler. I love to mix and do a smoky eye with a bit of, the other thing as well, and this is one where it's very, there's very few shades that I put together with the same eye. But one that I end up doing a lot with a green eye, and this kind of applies across the board, whether they're warm or cool, is Chariot. Because it's like sometimes when you use Chalice, which is got a little bit of lavender blue in it, it's the same as when you do Chariot for a green eye, when you do Chalice for a blue eye. But let me just put it first of all here. So here is Chariot. It's that sort of khaki, fantastic khaki. You'll know if it's the right green for you to use, because if you wear khaki, you're really suited. So just putting it on here as a wash, like that. Blending it a little bit. So you can either really just blend it out, like that, or you can really build it up and get that strength of colour through the front on that inner bit of the top of your eyeball. There. Do you see that? Can look superb with the green eye. And then if you were going smoky, what I would do with that, and when I do that, by the way, I personally love Chariot with Eugenie. If you're cool toned, but if you are warm toned, I might do Veebee. Veebee is actually also beautiful with Chariot. Shall I do a whole Chariot look? Actually, I can do a whole Chariot look. I haven't done Chariot for a while, and I'll show you Chariot for a cool tone face and Chariot for a warm tone face. How many of you have Chariot or don't have Chariot and are thinking, I'd quite like to see what you can do with Chariot? So should we do that? Esme?
Yeah.
Yeah, does that sound all right? Any other?
Yeah, everyone.
Is that all right?
Vicky Austin says, "Hi Trinny, it's my birthday today.
Happy birthday, Vicky.
Purchase recommendations. I'm fair-skinned, more pink than yellow undertones, with blue eyes and blonde hair."
Blue eyes, blonde hair, and sort of, did she say peach and cream skin or pale pink undertones?
Yeah, more pink undertones.
Pink undertones. So you could do, if your hair is blonde, there's a bit of warmth to it. So you could sit quite neutrally. And I would say first colours, easy colours. Wisdom for the eyes. It's a fantastic neutral. As a sort of smoky eye, you could do Empress. A cheek is Wigs is the easiest shade to wear, Flush Blush. Lip to cheek, Freddie would work for you. No, you're pale. Maybe Lady J actually. And lip could be a Eugenie if you're doing a smoky eye, and if you just want a lip that gives you the brightness of a mood, I would say Sacha. which I adore so much. And there's Sacha. Just love this colour. Oh, I'm going to do that with Sacha, yes. So I'm going to go back to showing Chariot there. So this to me is a neutral that can go warm or cool. So one side I'm going to do a warmer Chariot and the other side a cooler Chariot. So, all right. So on this side, I might team it up with a bit of mystery. Let me just get that in there. I'm going to clean up the sides of my eye in a minute. So, got on that tone. Then I'm going to get mystery. Have we got mystery? I had mystery somewhere here, didn't I? Victory. Mystery, mystery, mystery. Come to me, mystery. Yes, mystery here. So, I'm just going to do mystery on this side. There. So this is my sort of, this is my neutral side. Neutral slash cool. And then I'm going to take some universe and I'm going to smoke it up. You can ask questions whilst I'm doing this because otherwise it's boring. So just in the corner, I'm going to smoke that up. Like that.
Mariana and Annalise are saying that they love Chariot and use it all the time.
Yeah, it's just very happy to hear that. It's just so pretty.
Rhiannon says that she uses Chariot with Chloe sometimes.
Oh, does she? Fantastic. I mean, I like that you all find ways that you find to be your favourite ways. I show you classic ones that we use a lot when we're doing makeup looks. I'm just now mushing together a bit more Chariot here. There. And now I'm going to blend. It's going to be quite mucky, but I just want to give you an idea of that lovely smokiness. So, I'm now going to get one to go underneath. As I always say, when you're doing a smoky, I blend, and blend even more. So I'm just going to blend underneath, and I've mixed the Chariot with the universe here around my eye. I'm going to go too far down, but I'm going to come back in with some under eye BFF Eye. So there, I got a smoky eye. I got a smoky eye which is cooking nicely, but I'm going to just now lift with a little bit of a little bit here, because that was looking very down, so I want to push it up. When we talk a lot about pushing up, so I tap in to where I want to sort of create that line of pushing it up. There. And then I'll go in there too, actually. Oh, there.
A few people are asking if you would do a red lip with this eye look.
I think I wouldn't, because I think what I like is that putting the attention on the eyes. And then I'm going to just do mascara this side too. Putting the attention on the eye, and then the lip just is this sort of soft, sort of supporting actress to the eye. Like that. Okay, so because that's quite smoky, I wouldn't go and do a full lip. I'd do a soft lip. So if I'm doing a soft lip, I would then go to, I mean, this is my favourite one that I would do in this instance. Eugenie. Maybe one like that. There. And then just put a bit on my cheek. Okay, so that is kind of coolish. Can you see that? Sorry, just trying to get my hair, very dirty hair. Kind of coolish. You can see that eye. I could even, now that I've done my cleaning up the smoky eye, I might just put a tiny bit more, just specks there. So you get that little pickup. And then if you were really just continuing going and not knowing where to stop like me, I'd take my tea kit and I'll get that tiny little, I want to just put a little bit more underneath. Because I've got the black and now I want to have those flecks of the sort of greeny gold just popping occasionally under my eye. Like that. So that's how I would do Chariot for a neutral to cooler skin, hair and eye combination. So let's say this side now, this person, oh, the sun has come out. God, it's so shiny and lovely. So I'm going to do, again, I'm just going to go back in there. I'm going to take away the universe, which is for the cooler-eyed ladies. And I'm going to go back to Chariot and I'm going to mix him in with, where is it when I want it? Where is it? I wanted mystery, didn't I? Or victory. Or I could do victory. Let me just see.
Stephanie's saying that she uses BFF Eye and Reda.
Yep.
Can she use the same shade to clean up a smoky eye, or would you recommend using a lighter one?
Well, I always think that I use where I need my under eye the most is sort of down here, and there I use the shade that is the shade I most suit. But on the outside, I like to go slightly lighter here, so you can either take your shade and mix it, if it's this bit you're cleaning up, with a bit of highlighter, or you can get a shade lighter and put it just there. So I'll show you this side with Mary and a highlighter, whereas that I used Izzy. So I'm going to put on the Chariot there, so far on its own. And then I think I do want to go to mystery. I've just got to find mystery now. I had mystery with me and it just now went on a journey somewhere. Come on. I literally had it, didn't I? Can you just all remind me? I did have it and I'm not going mad. No. It would be really great if I was more prepared, wouldn't it? But I'm not. So, unfortunately, I'm going to have to go into my little shop here where I have shades. Thank you. And I'm going to get out mystery. Mystery is a neutral. There we go. There. So I'm just going to get that and just put that a little bit here. And you can see one is a little bit warmer than the other, but I'm going to add on something at the end here, which I've just realised I've remembered, and it's very exciting. So I'm going to now go to, oh, this is interesting. Come on. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Where are you? Where are you? I need to have you. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I know what I want. I know what I want.
Trinny,
yeah.
Jacqueline's just asking what brush you were using to blend your eye.
I was using Real Techniques. Great brushes, just floppy brushes, good floppy brushes. Ah, here, I know what it's called. Veebee. I do love this. So, what I'm going to do is do Veebee here on my lip. And on my cheek. There. And then I'm going to take the rest of it and I'm just going to add it in here over the Chariot, so I bring that extra undercurrent. You see that's what it's done to the eye? And I love this slight oranginess now to the Chariot. It's a different kind of look, isn't it? And then I'll put on a bit of mascara. And do a different mascara on this eye. And I've kept it quite clean. There. And then I'm going to show you the other trick, which I said I was going to show you, so I'm going to show you, which is to take my existing eye shade, which I use. I'm very pale right now. I'm normally be Reda, but I am really quite pale, so I'm using Mary. And I'm going to take Mary, and then I'm going to take a little bit of Starlight, which I hope I've got here somewhere. Starlight. Come on. Starlight.
Trinny Brenda's asking what mascara you're using.
I just used Kevin O'Con. It's a nice mascara. I'm liking it. I'm just looking at a few at the moment. And I do like it. So I just have somewhere. I have lost Sunlight. Starlight, I mean, sorry. I've just got to find... In the drawer again. Here we go. Let's see if I can find it. Some Starlight.
A few people are also wondering where your top is from.
Thank you. It's from Zara, and I've just got it. It's got to be here. Starlight. Yes. You know what? It's funny when things are right in front of you. So I'm going to take Starlight and mix it with Mary to create that really nice clean up. I don't have so much to clean up here, but just to show you that combo. So I sort of do that much of the Starlight, and then I have Mary. I might tap it together a bit. And then I'll go in here. And just tap it in. You don't want to go too much to your, where you might actually have a dark circle, because you want to actually be covering that quite far down when you put on concealer. I always go over the chubby part of my cheek. Don't keep concealer just in this thing, or you'll sometimes overemphasize what might need to be covered. And then the highlighter is just going to this part of the cheekbone, like that. So it's a very nice little bit there. And then if you wanted to do highlighter above your brow, which you can do, but I'm just going to give you a little candid bit of advice, and this is from lovely Ray Morris, of just doing only a touch right below your brow bone to lift up your eye. So if I was going to do it now, I might choose the little lipstick part of the tea kit and take Starlight, and I'm just going to first of all brush my brow up with some brow gel from Bobbi Brown. This one is brunette or mahogany. This is brunette. Good little brow gel. And then I'm just going to go only to the point just below my hair. Don't do it more than that. This is a very good trick I like from dear Ray Morris, who's a fantastic Australian makeup artist. You know, like that. Sometimes less is more, and it just gives a little lift, but it doesn't turn you into a sort of plate of shimmer. And then I'm going to do, for the end of this, I'm going to do some Miracle Blur. Actually, I'll show you the difference now. Face Finish and Miracle Blur. I don't know how many people are interested in that, but if you notice, I've got a little bit of shine on my forehead. So if I want to just take down my shine, but I don't need to fill in pores or scars or anything, I will use Face Finish. I'd have that much on, and I'll just put it on and blend it out. It is the nearest thing we have to powder in terms of how powder will absorb excess shine. So do you see that's toned down my forehead, but it hasn't totally removed the glow. You just want a little bit of glow. And then around here, I can also just go in with Face Finish like that, and the other side there. Maybe also like that. Whereas with Miracle Blur is more for your lip lines and stop lips bleeding and to fill in pitting. So here is where I most use Miracle Blur. It's so weird seeing half my face done one way. You can see in the middle. Can you see the difference in those lips? Can you see the difference in those lips? So, to recap, this very long-winded idea was I took, and I don't even know if I'll have all the shades now because I've sort of hidden them away somewhere. But I've basically done Chariot on both eyes. On this side of my face, I've used complementary things to go more towards a warm finish. So I've used Veebee on my lip and cheek, and I've used a bit of mystery on my eye. So that combination, if we look at it, is, because I had Veebee right here. Yes, got Veebee there. That's a joy. That's a real joy. So I'm going to do the difference with those, and then I'm going to go to Eugenie. So you can just see, this is going to be a revelation. And then I wanted to do the mystery, didn't I? So if I had mystery, no, I don't have mystery. So, but you can just see, there's Chariot. It sort of sits in the middle, and I want to go warm, and I go Veebee on this side of the face, and I want to go cooler, and I go Eugenie. You see the difference? Warmer, cooler. Long-winded, I know, convoluted, yes, but just getting the synergy. And also remember, I used a tiny bit of the Veebee on my eye here, so there's a warmth I've brought into Chariot that is not on the other side. That's a cool Chariot, so I can even put a bit more Chariot over the top. There. You can just see the colour. It's a very, I love this colour so much. Yes, okay, what else shall I swatch?
People are asking for Chalice.
Chalice, all right, so Chalice is a really beautiful kind of lavendery, bluey, grey shade. So I'm just going to show you as a general swatch. It sits to me with its cool friends, and Chalice you could do a similar version of this idea with Universe. So here's Chalice, just like as a thick bit of Chalice. I want you to really see that colour. And then here's a little washout of Chalice. It washes out to a sort of really washed out lavender mauve actually. You see? There, you can get that incredible depth. So it's very beautiful Chalice also on green eyes. I don't know if I showed you on green eyes. And if you see that it is a really predominantly cooler shade, and I love to mix it with a little bit of Universe because I think it does give the most heavenly, if you think of that sort of Victoria Beckham sort of smoky eye, you know, when she does that real sort of full-on smoky eye, you can then bring in some, so there it is, and you can bring in some Universe and get that lovely sort of combination of eye. And if you're doing that, I would then head in with a bit of Lady J or a bit of Eugenie, something that feels like a wonderful, cool, sort of washed out pinkier lip, because it can get smoky. And you don't want then to be doing anything red. With Chalice, I never put red near it, actually. And there's the coolness of Eugenie with it. You could even go just nuder than that and do, I don't know what. I could, if you were very, if you didn't have a depth to pigment to your lip, I would then do Lady J as an alternative lip. Schmoogie might be too pinky. But there's Lady J. It's a little bit warm. And then if you don't mind Shimmer, I think Dido and just looks so pretty with it, or Maddie, you know, something with Maddie on it is lovely. So this is a bit of Dido there. I've got in that shimmery section. See there? It's just pretty, those colours together. So yeah, I'd say avoid red, go for washed out pinks, and put all the emphasis on your eyes. And you can also wear Chariot very lightly on your eye, and it can just be a tiny bit. So I could show you that. Any other questions whilst I'm just taking this off and doing that for a second?
Grace is asking, would you do Freddie with Chalice?
You could do Freddie with Chalice because you could keep it quite neutral, the Freddie, but I would be tempted to put Maddie over Freddie. So if we were looking at Freddie here, let me get to Freddie. If I can find Freddie here. Hang on, there's Freddie's there. Oh, thank God for that. It was nearly going to be a long haul. So if I have Freddie on, Freddie is slightly a warmer shade though. So there's Freddie. Okay. It's just quite strong with it there. If you put Maddie on top, it just tones it down, and then you've got it on the cheek. So it becomes a bit pinkier, like that. But I do like to keep the eyes, again, I think with Chariot and Chalice, I don't want to go too red on the eye. Freddie is that washed out browny, sort of darker pigment lip colour. It depends what your pigment of your lips is, I think. Okay. I will put a bit of Chalice on now, just to show you, because these are colours that people who love these colours know them and really love them, and other people need to discover them, because they are, you know, you can start off, if you're starting your stack, you want, a lot of people start with neutral shades and then they slowly build up. And I think it's just a question of confidence levels to get you to a stage where you think, actually, I'm ready now to do a slightly more adventurous colour. So I'm just going to take off my cheek, putting a bit more cover on, and I'll show you a bit of Chalice properly. Any other questions, darling, whilst we're doing this?
Yeah, Zoe Wilkinson asks, if you could only have one eye colour to really make blue eyes pop, which one would you pick?
I couldn't do it based on that because it depends so much on your skin tone. Like, on a daily basis, I use Wisdom as a neutral, lovely eye. But on, you know, if I want my eyes to pop, you know, it depends on my outfit. I know you want the definitive answer, but it depends so much on what I'm wearing as well. And if I'm wearing, you know, if I'm wearing warmer tones, I might use Empress to pop my eye. And if I'm wearing, you know, sort of greys or dark, cool tones, I might do a Smoky Eye and Magician with Universe. So it's I know you'd love, I'd love to give you the proper answer, but it's really difficult when you say it like that. So I'm going to show you now Chalice just as a wash. Okay. Like that. So it can start off quite light and lavender-like, even though in the pot it feels like that. Do you see? It's just that, it's not the contrasting. The thing that generally, if people talk about how to make a blue eye work and pop out by itself, irrelevant of skin, hair and eye around it, you're going to be going towards a sort of contrasting bronzier tone like Empress, like that. And traditionally, when people just do makeup by the eyes, they would say go to the bronzies if you've got blue eyes, but I just think there's so many configurations of blue eyes. So when you look like that, it's also the top I've got on. So imagine I had a white top on, it might look different from the top I've got on now as to which one's going to work better. And my hair is tied back, so you're seeing less of my hair now. So that, to me, as a all-out contrast, will give that immediate pop. And this is more when I do a smoky, it can really make my whole eye stand out. So if I do that, sort of pile it on, and then go mad with the universe. Go mad with the universe. Like that, just to kind of give it depth. The universe isn't as scary as one might think, because it's like granite, but it builds up things so beautifully. And then I might just go in and take a combination of those two to give some eyeliner to my eye. I'm going to go quite strong, but I'm keeping that sort of lavendery sort of shade to it. And then I'm going to go in here more, like that, and then I'm going to go with the granite. There. So that is now you're seeing more eye makeup for sure, because it's heavier, but you're getting quite a dramatic smoky eye. And you can get to that stage if you have a certain blue eye where the blue eye suddenly pops because there's so much darkness around it. And it's more about the darkness around it than about the contrasting shade. Just blend and blend and blend and blend. I can't tell you how much you should be blending. It's crazy. So, can you see that? Just take a bit of this here. Sorry, I got so much product now everywhere that I just have to carefully. Right, so, there. That's a kind of smokier eye using Chalice and Universe together. And that does, I think, make my eye pop. So you can all judge, all right, which one you think makes my eye pop more. Then over here, I'm going to do Empress and put more on. Which is the classic kind of, it should make your eye pop because it's the opposite in the colour wheel. Like that. But that is a more dramatic eye. That's just a softer eye. So I just put some more on here. There. And sorry, I've just gone and I nearly put some of the Chalice on. So I'm just making this as dramatic as the other one. And then sometimes with Empress, I do mix it with Emperor, the Emperor and the Empress together. So I'm going to make this smokier. And because it's sort of neutral, I'm going to put that, meaning non-shimmery, I'm going to put that right in there, in that inner bit of my eye that needs neutral, non-shimmery, so that it can give shadow to my eye. And then I'm going to take my little stick brush and make a little under eye as well. And then I'm going to go in with the Empress inside the inner part of my eye. This is now what I call Elizabeth Hurley kind of smoky eye. There. And then I'm going to clean it all up with a little bit of, you don't know how much I'm going to be clearing up later. Very rough and ready, right?
Sorry, Trinny, just to remind you that Louise is saying you've got a meeting at 4.
What time is it now?
At 3:54.
Oh my God, I gotta go. I can't be late. Okay, so that gives you an idea of both. This side being Empress. Can we vote on it now, please? So we've got Empress with Emperor, giving that sort of brownier, smoky eye. And then we've got Chalice and Empress. And then I'd probably do Eugenie with both of them. Actually, I do Eugenie here, and then I'm going to do Sacha. Got to run. I'm going to do Sacha across. Because I love Sacha on top. What do you think?
So far, there's 4 votes for Empress.
Yeah.
1 for Chalice.
Oh, poor Chalice.
Oh, no, 2 more for Chalice.
2 more Chalice, thank you. I mean, this just gives you, we just had playtime, and I know it's, I just feel, you just can't imagine. Shall I just show you the chaos? You see the chaos? Pot chaos. Can you see pot chaos? Pot chaos. I'm just doing this to like go, oh, should it be Empress? Or should it be Chalice and Universe? Ladies, I'm going to go now. Thank you so much for joining me. What I'd love to do is, can you leave comments below? Because I can just go off on a tandem, and then you very kindly follow me on that tandem. But I'd like you to tell me what you would like to see swatched so that I can do what you want to do next time, more than what I'm just doing. All right, is that okay? I'm just going to get dressed as I'm talking to you, because I really am going to run out the door. And thank you so much for tuning in. We can now see what it looks like with grey, because I'm going to put grey on top here. And I think I had a scarf I can even put on top of that. So you can see now, if I change the whole thing and change my colours from the blue, does that then affect what I'm wearing? Because I think it's always something good to see, is if it does. I think it does in life. Oh, what have I got there? Can I just say, I thought this, oh no, that's the top. I was thinking, that scarf's not Zara, is it? There we go. There. Okay. Still thinking the same?
I think it's looking pretty 50-50. A lot of people are saying that they love both of them.
Okay. But hopes it gives you some inspiration. And I think the trick here is, ladies, because I've hardly used a thing, but really, you know, when you're doing a smoky eye, have fun, play. I think anyone can do a smoky eye, and just blend it and keep blending it. Blend and blend. The more you blend, the more, even though it feels quite dark to begin with, if you soften underneath, really soften. Those of you who are used to wearing a hard black eyeliner, and maybe there's a few little going down the path of life moments and you need to soften it, you could instead go for this kind of smoky eye look. My eyes have suddenly actually popped, both of them equally. Popping? Popping. Have a great afternoon, and we'll catch up later. Bye.